What's up, gamers? Today we're playing nothing. We're watching something new that we never did. This video is called Conjoined Twins. Yes, they're psycho sisters that have a conjoined body, and that freaks me out, even like the name. But we're gonna watch it anyways. It's true story animations, and we're gonna do it for the first time of my life. Let's do it. Okay.
When my mom was pregnant, her doctor told her she was expecting one baby girl, but instead she got us, conjoined twins. While my mom loved us deeply, my dad told her to let us die. He suggested to accidentally let us drop on the floor because no one would be suspicious of us dying anyway. When our mom refused, he said, well, at least give them up for adoption. But my mom wouldn't give in, so our dad broke up with her and left. Now imagine a single mom...
Just imagine, like the dad is horrible. Like, I think that all of these people are gonna be horrible. Except, like, these sisters, but you know.
Raising twins. It wasn't easy, but doctors offered her money so they could do experiments with us. The most cruel one was giving one of us electroshocks to see if the other one would feel the pain. Our mom didn't know what they were doing to us, but when we told her about it afterward, she promised us no more experiments.
That's good.
By the way, my name is Elaine, and her name is Buttface. Let me tell you about our lives and challenges. You see, my sister...
What? Buttface? You have, like, the normal, like, name, and she has, like... And her name is Buttface. The mom is crazy, okay? No, I think the dad named the other one.
and I always got along quite well, but in 10th grade, she developed a crush on our classmate Derek, who liked her back. They constantly flirted with each other, and I had to listen to all of it. But Derek was one of the most boring guys in the world, so I told my sister she had to stop seeing him. Of course she was angry at me, but afterward we made a deal. We had to find a guy that we both loved. However, on our 21st birthday, we got approached by a Chinese lady. She said she was working for a rich businessman who wanted us to come to China.
I said, for what?
And she responded, my boss really likes the way you two look, and he will pay you a lot of money. How much? I asked.
Don't ask
and she
that,
laid a briefcase
no.
on the table. When she opened it, we saw lots of money, and she said, he will pay you $1 million in cash if you're gonna stay with him for 6 months. We both looked at each other. This sounded kinda sketchy, but $1 million was a lot of money, so I asked her to show us a photo of him. The guy was already in his 50s and a bit fat, but he looked very friendly, so we both agreed on flying to China to meet him. When we arrived at his mansion, he greeted us with a big smile and gave us a hug. He wasn't as creepy at all. He was more like a big teddy bear, so we didn't mind that he pressed his head against our middle breast. I mean, we knew exactly what he was paying us for, but soon things started to become a little bit uncomfortable. He used us as a status symbol, and whenever his friends came over, we had to dress up in lingerie and serve them dinner. His friends would always be in awe and then laugh at us. Of course, it was quite uncomfortable to be half naked and stared at by a bunch of guys, but that was nothing compared to the shows we had to perform for them. But I don't want to go into that. Anyway, when we came back to the US, we bought ourselves an apartment and got a job at a bank. They even paid us 2 salaries, but what we really wanted was to get into a relationship. So we tried out the dating app Tinder. Most people didn't believe we were real, but Douglas did. We met him in a small park, and for the first time, both of us had great chemistry with the same guy. He was funny, charming, and good-looking. It only took 8 months for him to move into our apartment, but we quickly learned that he was manipulative and toxic. One night I was laying in bed next to him while my sister was asleep. He began telling me that he loved me more than my sister because she was annoying and stuck up. Hearing him trash talk my sister somehow made me feel special, like I was better than her. But it turns out that he was having secret conversations with my sister too. One night I woke up and heard them talking. My sister was giggling and I asked, what are you guys talking about? She responded, oh, nothing important. And I said, wait, did he tell you that he likes you more than me? My sister responded, yes, he did. And I said, he told me the same thing. Well, a few minutes later, we had thrown him out of our apartment. You see, being conjoined twins is like being married on steroids. Even though you are 2 different people, you're still the same person, because even if my sister has a bad day, I will have a bad day too. So it's very important that we take care of each other. Luckily, our current boyfriend Robert is a good guy who loves us equally and even has a fetish for our 3 breasts. You must be wondering whether one guy can pleasure both of us, and the answer is yes, because we share most of our organs, including you know what. Anyway, a lot of people ask us if we want to be separated someday, and the answer is yes. If scientists could grow us a second body and put one of our heads onto it, we would definitely do it. But that doesn't mean that we aren't happy with our current lives. Right now, we are even trying to have a baby and start our own family.
Oh, wow. Okay, a bonus
Hey,
story.
I'm Lima, and I want to tell you about my classmates and how they forced me to do their homework. They thought I wouldn't fight back, but well, they were dead wrong about that. It all started when one of my classmates wrote me a message on Facebook that said, "Hey, want to go with me and Sarah to a party tonight?" I responded with, "Of course," because I had never been to a party before, and I desperately wanted to be part of the cool kids.
Wait.
But then they wrote, "Okay, you can..."
Wait.
"Hey, want to go with me and Sarah to a party tonight?" I responded with, "Of course," because I had never been to a party before, and I desperately wanted to be part.
That girl, had, little holes on her cheeks. Did you, see that? Wait. Look at that! That's so creepy! Look at those black... Oh my god! Look at those black holes! Ah!
Never been to a party before,
Don't show me that!
and I desperately wanted to be part of the cool kids. But then they wrote, "Okay, you can come pick us up with your car at 10 p.m. I realized they had only invited me because they needed a car. But I didn't really mind. I was just happy to have the chance to go to my first party ever. I spent at least 3 hours doing my makeup and finding the right outfit. After I had picked my 2 classmates up, we swung by the gas station to fill up the gas. I kinda hoped they would split the bill with me, because that would have been the decent thing to do, but instead they brought 24 beers to the cashier and said, "Sorry, Lima, we've forgotten our money at home. Do you mind paying for these?" Well, I didn't want to ruin the mood, so I just paid for the gas and the beer and kept quiet. But then it got worse. When we pulled up in front of the house party, they said, "Thanks for driving us here. See you on Monday." I said, "Wait, what? You don't want me to go with you to the party?" And then they said, "Oh, we didn't think you were that kind of girl. The type who likes to party and have fun."
Wait, look at those people. What? Look at those dance moves, whoa. And these girls are just mean,
Then they just got out of my car without thanking me, or even saying goodbye.
What?
I felt like a complete and utter loser. But I was so angry that I decided to go to the party on my own.
Yeah, girl, that's right.
That turned out to be the worst mistake of my life.
Wait, why?
Because there, I drank alcohol for the first time.
No!
And then, I found a bikini and some wardrobe, put it on, and told everyone at the party that I had a big crush on my classmate Ben. I even told them what I would do with him if he was my boyfriend. I said a lot of embarrassing stuff. But I was so out of it that I didn't notice my classmate filming it on her smartphone. The following Monday, my 2 classmates came up to me and said, "Hey Lima, can you do our homework for us?" I was still angry at them, and I told them, no chance on earth am I doing that.
That's right.
But then they said that if I didn't do their homework, they would show everyone the video they'd taken of me at the party, including my crush Ben. I couldn't believe it. I was so shocked that they'd have the audacity to film me, and now they were outright blackmailing me? In the end, I did their homework, even though it took me 3 hours. But then the next week, one of them came up to me again, and this time she said, "Okay, you have to help me tomorrow in our physics exam. If I don't pass, I will have to repeat the whole year. So, I want you to write down the correct answers on a piece of paper and hide them under the bin inside the bathroom."
Ew.
I explained to her that I couldn't risk doing that because if I got caught, I would get an F, and then I couldn't go to my dream university after high school. But instead of being considerate, she just gave me a wicked smile and said she could send the video to everyone in a matter of seconds.
Look at this.
Wow, that was a big mistake on her part. Because even though I'm a sweet girl, I can also bite back when the moment calls for it. The
They're
same day,
all
I went to the
devils.
principal and told her about my classmates and
Like,
how
all
she was
of these
threatening me with a
people
video
are-
she'd taken of me where I had embarrassed myself. In fact, I had recorded the conversation with my classmate on my cell phone where she'd been blackmailing me. When the principal heard the recording, she told me I had made the right decision by telling her, and then we made a plan.
Ooh.
On the day of the exam, I wrote the
Savage.
complete wrong answers on the piece of paper.
Oh, yes.
Then I asked my teacher if I could go to the bathroom, and that's when I left the answers under the bin. When my classmate went to the bathroom after me to pick up the piece of paper with the answers, my principal was hiding inside the toilet to catch her.
Whoa!
Afterwards, she brought the girl into our classroom and
Oh,
said,
yeah.
I just wanted to notify you all that I caught this girl cheating inside the bathroom. She won't be finishing the exam, that's for sure. For the rest of the exam, I was so nervous. I could barely focus. Had I done the right thing?
Wow.
Would my classmate show my embarrassing video to everyone?
I think she
Well,
will.
that same day I went to the principal's office again, and she told me that my classmate had been suspended indefinitely from our school,
Yay!
and that her parents would make sure she deleted the video and didn't show it to anyone. But of course, she did it anyway.
Of course.
And she was so
did.
mad at me that she published it on Facebook.
No.
It was humiliating, and my whole school saw me talking about my classmate Ben and how I wanted to make love with him.
Oh my-
I tried to be proud of myself
did?
for doing the right thing and standing up for
Okay.
myself, but I just ended up being seriously anxious about going back to school now that everyone knew I had a big crush
Should I
on
look
Ben.
at her
After the video went
uniform?
viral, I went to school just like every other day. And of course, all my classmates made fun of me, but it wasn't as bad as I had imagined it to be. They all made jokes, but not in a disrespectful way.
That's
From then on,
okay.
they called me the crazy party girl, and even Ben
Aw.
came over to me and said, I'm not surprised you have a crush on me. It's true. I'm a bit of a stud. And then we all laughed. It's not always
wow.
easy to do the
yeah,
right thing.
sure.
But
Uh-huh,
at least
you're
I don't have to
stud.
do anyone's homework anymore. And I now know that I can stand up for myself.
Of course you can. Of course you can. Okay. Okay, let's watch another one. Okay, so guys, we're gonna watch another one. It's called Triplets Separated at
Hey,
Birth.
I'm Amelia, and my
Hi,
parents
Amelia.
are kinda rich. They gave me a monthly allowance of $2,000,
Whoa!
and I always used to buy myself clothes.
That's
But
good.
one day, while I was on a shopping spree, my whole life turned upside down. I was
Are
looking
you
for white
getting
pants,
forced?
but couldn't find any. So I decided to ask one of the staff members for help. I said, "Excuse me," and the staff turned around. Oh my god. She looked exactly like me. I asked her, "Are we related or something?" And she started laughing and said, "Haha, wow, you really look like me." I said, "No, you look like me." We both laughed and made plans to grab coffee later. We met at a Starbucks, and it was the strangest conversation of my life. Her name was Selma, and I immediately felt a strong bond between us, as if we had been best friends our entire life. When we found out we had the same birth date, we knew for sure that we were identical twins.
Whoa!
Selma said, "My mom told me I had a twin who died of a lung infection at age 3. I said, "That's weird. My parents told me I was adopted as a baby. Are you adopted?" Selma said, "I don't think so, but we should go ask my mom. Maybe she can
Yeah.
help us." We drove to her mom's home, who was living in a trailer. When she opened the door,
Whoa!
I could smell she'd had a few drinks already. She said, "Did I eat some mushrooms today, or are there 2 of you?" Selma said, "Her name is Amelia, and I met her at the mall today. We're pretty sure we're identical twins, but maybe you can explain it to us?"
Please.
Her mom said, "Mary?"
Mary?
I said, no, my name is Amelia." But her mom said, "No, I named you Mary." Then she gave me a hug, but I didn't like it.
Oh,
I could
yeah,
smell she
I
hadn't
was
taken a shower in
surprised.
days. I said, "Are you my biological mother?" And she said, "Yes, I am, which means you are my daughter." I know I should have felt excited to get to know her, but I really didn't.
Oh,
We sat down together and my biological mom told us what happened.
whoa.
She said her boyfriend had gotten her pregnant when she was 22, and after she gave birth to triplets, he ran away.
Whoa!
And
He
because
just
she
ran
didn't have
away
enough
like
money to
that?
raise 3 kids,
With all the money?
she took me to an orphanage and left me on the front door. She further explained that because heating was too expensive for them, my third sister suffered a lung infection and sadly passed away at age 3. In that moment,
That's so
I realized how lucky I'd been
sad.
to be adopted by my caring and loving parents. My
No,
biological
you're
mom
not.
seemed troubled, to say
Invite
it nicely.
them to your
But I
parents'
also felt
house.
guilty that I'd been so blessed while my triplet sister didn't have the same luck. The following week, I invited her over to my parents' house.
That's
She was
great.
very impressed and said she had never seen such luxury. We also had a long conversation about our biological mom.
That's great.
Selma told me a few stories about her.
Oh my
Like one time when she
God,
pressured Selma.
Like, oh my God, she's such a biological mom. Like, she smells and there's flies.
Selma to have a baby. She said she really wanted to have a granddaughter,
Oh,
but Selma was only 16. Our biological mother had serious problems, and I felt bad for Selma. That's why I
Yeah,
offered her
poor
to live
Selma.
with me and my parents.
yeah.
I didn't expect her to say yes, but she said, "Oh my God, I would be so grateful. I just can't take living with our mom anymore.
But-
All she does is scream at me."
Then
That's when
just
our
invite your
twin,
mom
or
here,
triplet
too.
life started, and in the beginning,
Whoa,
it was
look at
so
them,
much
they're
fun.
So pretty.
For a few weeks, we even dated brothers. They weren't twins, but only 1 year apart.
Oh, wow.
We sometimes switched, and it was hilarious. But having a triplet sister slowly turned into a nightmare. I went through the phone of my
How?
boyfriend, and one of the messages to his brother was, "Yeah, Selma has the prettier face and better body." Reading that message hurt a lot. I knew Selma
Ouch.
hadn't done anything wrong,
Yeah, it
but
did
it was the first time I
How?
resented her. And things got worse.
How?
When she hung out with my friends, they all treated her like they had known her for years. And they
wow.
often made us stand right next to each other and said, "Oh, Selma's face is a bit more symmetrical. She's definitely a bit more beautiful." But Selma was also funnier and more talkative than me.
Oh.
When she was around, my friends were always laughing and having a good time. They liked her more than me, and one time my friends watched a movie with her without inviting me. But nothing
That's
was
so
worse than my parents.
sad.
They treated her
could
as if
they?
she was their daughter.
What?
They thought she was me and I was her. But we are two completely different individuals.
Yeah.
I knew Selma wanted to replace me. And I decided I had enough.
What?
I told
Wait,
her,
what?
"I'm sorry, but I don't want you to live here anymore." She was shocked and
Oh.
said, "What? Why not?" And I said, "I feel like you're stealing my friends, my
No, she's
boyfriend, and even my
not.
parents."
She's living her life.
She
She's
said,
your twin
"What?
sister.
That's crazy." But I said, "I don't care what you think.
You're
I
so
don't want to see you
selfish."
anymore."
Oh my
It was a hard
goodness.
conversation, but afterward,
Oh, so good.
I felt so relieved that she was gone. I mean, she still
You
lives in the same city as
better.
me, and I sometimes have nightmares where I marry a guy who then leaves me for my prettier triplet sister. I know it was harsh to throw her out,
It
but
was
just
hard.
because we share the same DNA doesn't mean I owe her anything. Had she continued to live with my parents, I'm sure they would have given her half their inheritance, and I would have been fine with that if she hadn't tried to steal my whole life.
Well,
She was a
yeah.
sneaky little rat. I know that because we're so similar to each other.
So, guys, that's gonna be it for today. And oh yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. It was so fun, like playing this all. Fire Dad. Wow. Okay. Well, this is gonna be the end. So bye, guys. I'll see you in the next video.